It's like in that clip that you shared about Maya Angelou.
Mm-hmm.
She said these babies don't hop out the crib with these values.
Right.
They have to be taught and instilled with them.
With Dr. Maya Angelou and this young woman who genuinely was asking a question and just didn't know that, in that social environment, calling her by her first name was not what she preferred, nor not the tradition or custom that she comes from. If that's not taught, and again, when we say, well, where have the values gone? Like Mother Angelou said, she didn't pop out the womb without these customs and traditions in place. Somewhere there was a disconnect. And as baby OGs, midlife OGs, triple OGs, we have to look and say, are we going to keep faulting these children for what they don't know? If we're going to make that assessment, we also need to be fair and look at where we need to assess ourselves and what part did we create a disadvantage by not passing on this tradition. Are we going to blame everything on outside conditions and never take accountability for where we may have dropped the ball in some of the social development of our youth? Because we can't expect outer institutions to do it for us. So we're going to have to do that self-assessment within and say somewhere we stop carrying those values and teaching them. And so, it might feel uncomfortable for a young person to engage me, or a person the likes of Dr. Maya Angelou, who's teaching you things that, number one, you don't know. And sometimes people just are embarrassed when they don't know any better and they're being taught to do better. But number two, even in that video, she was not disrespectful to the young girl. She was firm. And that firmness is sometimes uncomfortable. And this generation wants growth to comfort them at all times. And that's impossible. Even with the growth spurts we go through, it includes growth pains, right? Growing pains. And so that was a growing pain. But I think it's very, very important that we also notice that although Queen Mother Dr. Maya Angelou corrected that young lady and helped her to remember, right? If things have been dismembered in our community, she helped her to remember the tradition of how to honor her as an elder. She also was capable to stand corrected. And a true person in leadership understands that they don't just, it's not this hierarchy. What I say goes. There's reasoning. And in ancient tradition, you're supposed to listen to the petition of others, right? And vice versa. And she was able to stop and not just be the teacher, but also acknowledge, hey, I'm sorry for coming off this way. It was truth and it needed to be said. And even acknowledge that maybe, it may have had this impact. Sometimes that's all people need, is for you to just acknowledge the impact, not stop speaking the truth, but just acknowledge, hey, I know that was a little spicy right then. And I could have been more mindful of that, because it still comes from a place of love. This correction comes from a space of love.